Heads up, folks, and welcome to beautiful John O'Donnell Stadium, where tonight the Geneseo Maple Leafs will be taking on the Rock Island Rocks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to TV 50's third baseball broadcast of Geneseo Baseball. I'm Matt Vito, and we are set for action as Jeremy Raschke leads things off for the Maple Leafs. Standing in to face off against left-handed fireballer Brett Gadian, who delivers a ball outside. We'll go through the starting lineups as quickly as we can, but Raschke, the right-hander, standing in to face off against Gadian. The 1-0 to Raschke is down low a ball, and it's 2-0. The Rock Island Rocks are finished with their conference season, as well as the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs finishing up in third place in the NCIC. A 3-0 count here to Raschke, so he will not be swinging here and will look to try and get the leadoff batter on base for the Maple Leafs. The pitch is a called strike right down the middle. The Maple Leafs pulling off a 15-14 season record this season. The pitch from Gadian is swung on and grounded to Norris, who catches it out of the air and throws to first late. It hit off of Simpson's glove, bounded up into the air. Norris fielded it and threw to Getzel late. So that is going to be probably ruled as a base hit for Raschke as he smoked that ball. So Raschke is on. The Geneseo lineup: Jeremy Raschke will lead off and play left. Justin Gray will be playing center field and batting second. He stands in to face off against Gadian. Gadian delivers a strike. Brent Werner will be batting third and catching. Kyle Brudos to follow. He will be playing third base. Nick Raschke is at short. Brandon Martin's batting sixth and pitching today. Tyler Robertson is playing first base and batting seventh for the Leafs as a throw over is late. Aaron Van Voren batting eighth and playing second base. And Drew Heilman will be rounding off the order for the Maple Leafs and playing in right field. Gadian with the runner, Raschke at first, delivers, and Gray lays down a perfect sacrifice bunt. Snap throw to second base behind the runner is not in time, so a sacrifice by Justin Gray gives Geneseo a runner in scoring position here with one away. Garrett George, the catcher, did a nice job for Rock Island to come out from behind the plate to field that ball in front of home plate. On a play like that, he'll be setting up either inside or outside, usually inside on a sacrifice bunt try. Sometimes a tough angle to make a throw to first base with that runner running down the first baseline, but that was executed here, and here is Gadian delivering a strike. Ominous looking day here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Some dark clouds still forming overhead. The lights are on and taking effect here. The pitch to Werner is popped straight up the elevator shaft. Coming over is Getzel to make the play, and that is 2 down. So the pop to the first baseman brings up Kyle Brudos. Brudos in batting practice was landing some balls out there in the pasture in left field. Had a pretty couple of good shots. Let's see what he can do here against Gadian. The runner at second is Jeremy Raschke. He takes his lead. Gadian delivers a called strike. Gadian's going to need to get ahead of the hitters, especially in the middle of the order for Geneseo. That is where most of their offense lies, especially off the bat of this man. The pitch up high, nearly got away from Garrett George. He had to come out of his crouch to make that catch. So it's a 1-1 count here to Kyle Brudos with 2 down. Gadian delivers. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So on the scoreboard, the official score has that first play where Raschke reached first base ruled as an error. So it is going to be an error. And they must have gotten that on the third baseman, Zach Simpson. Tough call. But Raschke is on second base. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Gadian gets Brudos to go down swinging. and that will retire the side. So no hits, no runs. They leave one. Geneseo getting Rashke on via the air. He winds up at second base. They leave him there. So that ends the inning. So the Rock Island Rocks will come to the plate next, and we can go through their starting lineup here for you. Leading off and playing short, possibly the best hitter for the Rocks this season, Zach Norris. Zach Simpson will be playing third base and batting second. Kirk Rylander will be out in right field. He is batting third. Derek Getzel will be playing first base and cleaning up. Andrew Tarnow will be playing left field tonight and batting fifth. Bryant Loy will be in the sixth hole and designated hitting. He will be DHing for the pitcher, Brett Gadiant. John Waggle will be batting seventh, and he is at second base. Garrett George is behind the plate, and he bats eighth. And the speedy Robert Owens will be batting ninth and playing center field. The rain beginning to fall here at John O'Donnell as some fans seek shelter underneath the overhang here, underneath the suites here at John O'Donnell Stadium. It's okay, folks. Don't worry about us. We're dry up here. Keith Kennan and I will be just fine, and hopefully things will dry up as the clouds are thickening, but there are some open spots. It's just kind of a weird gray day where the clouds overhead, directly overhead, that are the darkest, will keep the rain coming, but sometimes there's a break behind it. But umpires not taking a chance as they're going to call a delay already, and they're going to get the tarps out. So the tarps will come out at the home plate area and on the pitcher's mound. We are under a rain delay here on TV 50. We hope to bring you some action, but we are under a delay. So stay tuned, folks. You're watching Geneseo Baseball on TV 50. The rain has subsided here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Well, relatively anyway. Still a few sprinkles falling in the field, but we are set for action once again. Zach Norris was leading things off for the Rock Island Rocks. We are in the bottom of the first inning. There is no score. So Norris stands in and swings and misses. The count is 0-2. A big key for Martins today is going to be getting ahead of the hitters. Same goes for Brett Gadiant on the other side of the mound. That just is one of those concepts in high school ball that is definitely not overlooked by the coaches. It's always getting ahead early, and a lot of outs are recorded if you can just simply throw strikes, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. The pitch fouled off back into the parking lot by Norris. One of the pitchers in particular, Bryant Loy of the Rock Island Rocks, has lived off that mentality. He just simply throws strikes, not an overpowering pitchers. He turned into the ace for the Rocks this season. And so far, Martins is showing similar signs, getting the ball over the plate. The count is 1-2 to Zach Norris. The pitch. This one down low, a ball. Probably about a 25-minute rain delay here at John O'Donnell. The skies quickly opened up and a couple of flashes of lightning, but things have settled down just a little bit as Norris pops this one up into right field. Heilman coming in now and making the catch, and that is one away. Norris flies out to right, and that brings up Zach Simpson. So already another factor that has come into play in this ball game is going to be the grass and just how wet it is out there. It rained pretty heavily for a good 5 minutes, and then it just kind of drizzled the rest of the time. But there was a period of time where it was just absolutely pouring. So there is plenty of rain and wetness out on that field that the outfielders are going to have to take into account when charging quickly on a shallow fly ball as Norris takes a strike. The count 1-1 with one away. Martins whining and delivering. Up high to Simpson. Zach Simpson isn't afraid to lay down a bunt every now and then to try and get a base hit out of it. Martin's delivering the 2-1, swinging and fouling it back to the screen. The beautiful John O'Donnell Stadium, freshly renovated. This its first year here in the Quad Cities. Home, of course, to the swing of the Quad Cities, formerly the Quad City River Bandits. Pitch and a ground ball to second. Scooped up by Van Voren, and the throw to Robertson is in time for out number 2. 2 away in the bottom of the first, and Kirk Rylander will now come up to plate. Rylander, the powerful right-hander, stands in to face against the flame-throwing Martins. First pitch, a called strike. 2 away, no hits yet in this ball game. Swung on and popped back and out of play. Brandon Martins working very efficiently already here in the first inning. The windup and the pitch from Martins. Check swing, he didn't go, and it's going to be ball 1. 1-2 count now to Rylander. Derek Getzel stands on deck for the Rocks. If Rylander can get on here somehow. Ball up high, and it's 2-2. Most of the fans have hung around here at JOD. Ball down low, and the count is now full. So Rylander goes down 0-2 and fights back to fill the count at 3-2 with 2 away. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Brandon Martins, an impressive first inning for the Green Machine. 1, 2, 3 go the Rocks. We're going into the top of the second now. Still no score and no hits on the board for either team. Both innings ended the same, with the pitchers rallying back and picking up strikeouts. Martins did it in 3 batters, so Brett Gadiant will head back out onto the drenched mound at JOD and take a few warm-up tosses. Both starters stayed into the game. That will happen at this level. A lot of times you'll see after rain delays in the major leagues anyway, they'll take out their pitchers after already getting loose and throwing some tosses, and especially pitching any significant amount in the game. Sometimes it can be hard on their arms, but don't always have too many pitchers to choose from, so they're going to keep their starters out on the mounds, and we'll see if that affects them anyhow. It certainly didn't affect Brandon Martins, who threw a gem there in the bottom of the first. Nick Raschke will be leading things off for Geneseo here in the top of the second. Head coach Darren Pardo will head out to coach third base for the Green Machine. And Raschke will head up to the plate. Raschke batting 5th in the order here for Geneseo. He will see Gadiant here for the first time. Still some dark, deep blue clouds out in the distance from our vantage point here at John O'Donnell, but the rain has at least subsided. Still a very faint drizzle. But play is resuming here as Gadiant delivers the first pitch to Raschke, down low a ball. Still a couple of claps of thunder also in that distance. Gadiant delivers a strike. The count now even at 1. Nick Raschke, Brandon Martins, and Tyler Robertson due up here for the Green Machine. The pitch. That one a called strike at the knees. 1-2 count here. Gadiant has the advantage. As he delivers 1-2. Misses up high, so now the count even at 2. And if you're a hitter, 2-2, always a tough count to decide what pitch might be coming next. Was an off-speed pitch, grounded to Waggle at second. The throw to Getzel is in time for out number 1. Brandon Martins, the pitcher, will now head to the box to try and help his own cause. Martins got a 1-2-3, bottom of the first, and now we'll see how he fares at the plate. Garrett George catching for the Rocks, giving the signs to Gadian. Here's the pitch. Swung on and driven deep to left. Backing up is Tarnow. This one is deep and forget about it. A home run. And talk about helping your own cause. Brandon Martins lifts a deep, long drive that leaves the yard, and Geneseo leads 1-0. Talk about a rush, hitting a home run at a minor league ballpark. And when you're on the mound pitching what appears to be a solid game already, that has got to lift the Maple Leaf spirits. The first hit and first run of the game off the bat of Brandon Martins. And here is a swing and a deep drive towards right. This one's going to go over the head of Rylander. Tyler Robertson is going to head into second, standing up. And that back-to-back hit puts another runner in scoring position with Aaron Van Voren to come to the plate. So perhaps the long delay does affect the pitcher, as Gadiant has had 2 balls hit awfully hard here in the second inning. 1 away, it's Aaron Van Voren to come to the plate. Gadiant coming set. There's the delivery. That one outside a ball, it's 1-0. One out, one in for the Green Machine. Gadiant's pitch, a curveball over for a strike, the count 1-1. Drew Heilman stands on deck, and then the Maple Leafs will turn the order over. The pitch from Gadiant, grounded to third under the legs of Zach Simpson. That's going to go as an E5, his second error of the game. And another Geneseo runner is on base now. First and second for Drew Heilman. A lot of times when the Rocky defense is not on, they don't play good baseball, so let's see if that omen holds true. As Geneseo already putting a run up on the board, and Kyle Miller will courtesy run for Van Voren. Heilman grounds this one to the pitcher. Gadiant looking to third. He throws to third in time to get the force there, so it goes as a fielder's choice. Heilman will stand at first base. Robertson cut down between second and third. Van Voren moves over to second, or rather Miller, the runner, moves over to second. So first and second for the top of the order, Jeremy Raschke, who reached on an error last time at the plate. 2 away in the inning. The pitch from Gadiant. A called strike. Count 1-1. Heilman at first, Miller at second, taking their leads. Gadiant coming set out of the stretch. The pitch, swing and a miss. He was well ahead of that pitch. Raschke had his weight moving forward, and he shakes his head. He knows what he did. So he will stay in there, try and knock a base hit, which could give Geneseo another run if it's put in the right place. Here's the pitch from Gadian, swung on. This one driven deep to center, heading over. Robert Owens reaching over his head and making the play. So that one into the glove of Owens will retire the side, but not before Brandon Martins comes up big, playing long ball and giving Geneseo a 1-0 lead in the second inning. Geneseo now coming back out onto the field, and Martins will take his spot on the mound. He will have to face the heart of the order for Rock Island, who win their second time at the plate will try and get that run back. As Martins will get issued a new ball. Umpires are going to have to try and keep those baseballs dry any way they can. When it hits the wet grass, can really weigh down the ball sometimes, and it's tough on a pitcher, especially trying to get grips on off-speed pitches, curveballs and the like. A lot of times they wind up at the backstop, so that also a factor in this game. But the heart of the order for Rock Island will be Derek Getzel, Andrew Tarnow, and Bryant Loy. So Brandon Martins' home run gives Geneseo a 1-0 lead. And they'd love to pick up a win here, especially over a powerhouse like Rock Island in the Western Big Six. Rock Island finishing second this season. Before this last weekend, which was the final games in the conference, things were looking up for Rock Island. They needed to pull off a sweep over Moline. They ended up splitting with them. Allman would sweep Quincy, so that gave Allman the championship crown in the Western Big Six. Before that game, however, it was Rock Island, Galesburg, and Allman all tied at the top 5-3. And Moline was close behind at 4-4. So the Western Big Six, a tough conference here in Illinois. And the NCIC Geneseo Maple Leafs trying to silence them here in this ball game. Derek Getzel will come to the plate here for the Rocks. Martins delivers a hard fastball just high, and the count 1-0. Martins coming back. That a called strike, 1-1. The Green Machine faithful coming out in decent numbers. Doesn't do them justice in a ballpark this size, but plenty of them here as this one is skied upward on the infield. Robertson underneath it and makes the catch. So a pop out to the first baseman for Getzel, puts one down in the books, and Andrew Tarnow will come to the plate. Tarnow, the Rock Island left fielder. Free swinging right-hander. He also does some pitching. And is coming off surgery in the offseason to remove a bone chip in his right elbow. He fouls this one back to the screen. One away. We're in the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 in favor of Geneseo. The pitch from Martins. Swung and fouled back off the sweets and firing back into the crowd. Oh, 2 count here to Tarnow. Martins is ahead of him. Martins out of the windup and the pitch. Swing, and this one grounded sharply to short past a diving Nick Raschke, and that is the first Rock Island hit of the ball game. Tarnow reaches first base, and Bryant Loy, the lefty, will come to the plate. So this also, for the first time, will force Brandon Martins into that stretch. He's been pitching out of the windup already all game. So a little adjustment needs to be made here, which sometimes can be more difficult than you might think first off. This pitch grounded to short. Raschke comes up with it. He's going to make the throw to first, and this one is late. It's an infield hit from Bryant Loy. It was grounded into the wet grass and really kind of died the ball down before it reached Raschke's glove. So Loy legging out an infield single. And there's runners on first and second, and the Rocks have something going here. John Waggle will come to the plate. Here's the pitch, a called strike. Waggle made his varsity debut against Geneseo just last season. Waggle, a junior this season. Obviously, Coach Campbell saw some potential in him, decided to bring him up early as he fouls this one back and out of play. Coach Andy Campbell, the Rocks, standing at third base, doing the base coaching. Giving signs into Waggle with runners on first and second here. One down. Martins comes set. Here's a pitch. Swung on, this one grounded, foul. Just off to the left side of the bag. 0-2 count here to John Waggle. Garrett George is on deck for the Rocks. Here's the pitch. Up high. The count 1-2. It's Andrew Tarr now at second base and Bryant Loy over at first. Martins comes back in the dirt. This one is going to get away from Werner, and runners will move up 90 feet. That a tough call, but it'll probably go as a pass ball. Werner just didn't get his knees down in the dirt to block that one. Always a tough play, especially again with the wet dirt. It just kind of kills the ball all around. So the rain playing havoc in the ball game. See if Martins can come right back and get Waggle here. He's got him 2-2. Here's the pitch. Oh, that one just missed up high. A full count with one away. Runners on second and third now. The pitch swung on, and this one driven deep to left, but that is easily playable. Camping out underneath it and making the catch is Jeremy Raschke, so it's a sacrifice fly as Tarnow comes in to score. And that ties the ball game. Waggle got underneath that one, just punching it out there in left field, deep enough. And he gets an RBI to his credit. Bryant Loy held at second base, and Garrett George comes up to the plate. Swings and misses at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. 2 away, tie ball game at 1. The pitch is fouled back to the screen. 0-2 count to the catcher, Garrett George. Brent Werner checking the ball before he throws it back to Brandon Martins, making sure it's dry. Martins wiping it down on his pant leg. And now he peers in, gets a sign, comes set. Here's the delivery. Swung on, this one driven into right center field. Backing up is Heilman. He lost that one in the lights. It falls in. And heading into second base with a standing RBI double is Garrett George. You can't give him an error on that one, as it wasn't near his glove. It's just a tough play out there for Heilman. He was staring right into the lights here. So an RBI double for George gives the Rocks the lead. Bryant Loy scored the run, and now Tamar Hudson will come out to courtesy run for George. Robert Owens now in the box, fouls this one straight back. Still only a 1-run difference here. 2-1 Rock Island. 1-1 count here to Bobby Owens. 2 away in the inning. Here's a pitch. Down low, a ball. Martins needs to get Owens here. You don't want to face the top of the order. Even with 2 outs, Rock Island has prevailed with 2 outs as far as offense is concerned this season. 2-2 count, 2 away. Martins looks in. Here's the pitch. Missing down low, so a full count with 2 away. Hudson takes his lead from second base. Here's the pitch. Swung on, this one popped up, foul territory. It's a tough play here for Warner, and he cannot make it. It falls in foul ground, a foul ball, and Robert Owens has second life. One of the toughest plays to make in baseball, a straight up pop fly for the catcher. He's got to throw his mask off, try and find it, and camp out underneath it. Not as easy as it looks, folks. So Bobby Owens, another chance here. Full count, 2 away. Runner on second, and Martin's going to look him back. Hudson takes his lead again. Here's the pitch. Popped up, foul again, and out of play. Owens fighting good right here against Martins. Now the umpire to come over and take a look at the mound here, wiping off the plate there on the pitcher's mound. And Martin settles in as flashes of lightning continue to show up around the ballpark. This one again fouled straight back, so somebody's got to start getting on those baseballs. They're losing a lot of balls out in the parking lot. I'd like to know how many they prepared for this game. High school game, usually they don't have too many, as fans will throw the balls back in. Here's the pitch. This one grounded to third, fielded by Brudos. A throw across the diamond, a nice play, and that one will put the Rocks away. But Rock Island scores 2. We're through 2 innings here at John O'Donnell. Rocky leads 2-1. You're listening to Green Machine Baseball on TV 50.
IDC Tech Center offers a full line of pre-built and custom-built computers, accessories, a variety of classes, and more. But most of all, they offer the type of service you can't get from larger retail stores. Our professional, local staff will listen, answer your questions, and offer suggestions on what will work best for you. They'll custom-build a system with exactly what you need and even install it. What makes IDC different from other computer retailers? It's the service after the sale. Local service from local people. IDC Tech Center, offering service from our store to your door.
Geneseo Telephone Company employs committed professionals with solid telecommunications backgrounds. Our installers provide extreme internet speed without complicated installation and offer knowledgeable local technical support. Our customer service specialists evaluate your calling needs and offer face-to-face long-distance comparisons. We're a small company with big city technology. Our state-of-the-art switching equipment provides the latest in telecommunication services. Geneseo Telephone Company, a network of people connecting our communities to the future.
This TV 50 telecast is sponsored in part by B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Becker & Becker Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Central Bank, Geneseo, Chicago Street Decorating Center, Eric Henderson and Greg Anderson of Country Insurance and Financial Services, Dairy Queen, Tom and Doug Curran of Edward Jones, Geneseo Municipal Electric Utility, Farmers National Bank, Geneseo Telephone Company. Goodrich Equipment Company. Hazelwood Homes. Hammond Henry Hospital. IDC Tech Center. La Roma Pizza and Sam's Ultimate Car Wash and Laundromat. Turpins of Geneseo. WGRG 100.5 FM. Please patronize these fine businesses and let them know you appreciate their support of this TV50 telecast.
Back at John O'Donnell Stadium, Matt Vito with you here. The Rock Island Rocks and the Geneseo Maple Leafs taking on, as Geneseo stands in here in the top of the third inning. And the first pitch misses for a ball. Justin Gray leading off the top of the third with Brent Werner and Kyle Brudos to follow. Gadiant fooled Gray on that pitch, and the count now 1-1. Here's the pitch from Gadiant. Swing and foul back. Hard to tell if the clouds are getting darker, if it's just simply getting dark as far as the time of day is concerned, but we have seen some flashes of lightning off in the distance. The umpires don't appear to be concerned. So play will continue here as the rain appears to have subsided almost completely. And there you see the factor of the wet baseball as Gadiant delivers well out of the backstop. Probably trying to come back with a curveball. So instead it's going to be a ball and a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one down in the dirt. George fishes it out. So a 3-2 count. Rocky leads 2-1 here in the top of the third. Scored both of those runs in the bottom of the last inning. So this one driven into center field, and Owens is going to have to play this one on a bounce. It's a ringing line drive base hit for Justin Gray. Brent Werner will now come to the plate. Werner trying to get a rally started here for Geneseo. They're down by 1. Big opportunity to pick up a big win, sitting at 15-14 on the season. Here's the pitch from Gadiant, up high, a ball. Neither team will play any more conference games. It will turn over to the regional tournament. And that to be played not this weekend, but beginning of next weekend. Games will be beginning to play as the runner is moving here. A hit and run. Gray was heading off to second base, but it was fouled away. 1-1 count. Let's see what Coach Pardo has up his sleeve here. Probably won't work the hit and run a second time unless they'll try and straight steal with Justin Gray. Gray away from first. Gadiant coming back 1-1. No, instead he's going to throw to first. Werner stands in. The pitch from Gadiant. Runner not moving. It's in the dirt. He's going to reach second base anyway. That one a wild pitch for Gadiant. Justin Gray moves up to second base. And Brent Werner now with an opportunity to pick up an RBI with a base hit. There's the pitch. Up high, a ball. Again, another rumble of thunder. This game has to get through 5 innings to be complete. The pitch. Down low, and he lost him, so a first and second opportunity for Kyle Brudos, the heavy-hitting Green Machine. Third baseman stands in. Coach Andy Campbell heads out to the mound and just gives a few words of encouragement to his left-hander. Nobody out. We're in the top of the third. It's 2-1 Rock Island. Runners on first and second. Gadiant to Brudos. Swung on in this one off the end of the bat. This could be a tough play for Waggle. The throw to first is in time. The runners will move up 90 feet, so it's as good as a sacrifice for Brudos. Nick Raschke will come up to the plate. One away now here in the top of the third. Waggle had to dig that one out of the dirt and then dig it out of his glove. It was a slow roller. So a nice play from the second baseman. Raschke takes a strike. Runners on second and third, and Justin Gray and Brent Werner. The pitch taken for a strike, and it's 0-2 now to Raschke. One down in the inning. Raschke could regain the lead here with a base hit. Brandon Martin stands on deck. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. So Raschke is down on strikes. And Brandon Martins, who of course homered last time at the plate, tries to help his own cause once again with 2 outs. There's the pitch. Down low a ball. Martins lifted a home run, just clearing the fence out in left field. The 1-0 to Martins is a called, well, they're going to call that one a ball outside, so it's 2-0. This a hitter's count. Martins is going to be looking for something that is to his liking. Here's the pitch. He saw it and he fouled it back to the screen, so 2-1 now. If Martins gets on, it's Tyler Robertson, the only junior here in the starting lineup to follow. Everybody else in the starting lineup for the Maple Leafs, a senior this year. Ball high, and it's now 3-1. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Gadiant trying to get the final out here in the third inning. The pitch. This one laced to third. Simpson comes up with this one cleanly. The throw across the diamond is in time. So the Rocks get out of it. A little bit of a scare as runners wound up at second and third base. But Gadiant gets Martins to ground out to third. And they leave 2 after 1 hit. No runs come around, so we're in the bottom of the third inning. Rock Island leading 2-1 over the Geneseo Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs this season will pick up a number 8 seed in the regional tournament. And this a chance of a preview if they were to win their first round regional and Rock Island, who picked up the number 2 seed, were to do the same. They could meet in another matchup. So this game is just, though a non-conference game, it's not all for naught. It's a good scouting opportunity for both Coach Pardo and Coach Campbell to get an idea of how the teams could fare against each other. Geneseo will take on UT, who struggled in the Western Big Six this season. Don't believe they picked up a win. So good opportunity for Geneseo. Rock Island will face off against the Sterling Warriors in their first round game. It's 2 games in the regionals, 2 games sectional, and then a super sectional game before going to state. So basically 5 wins will bring you to the state tournament. That's what these 2 teams will be shooting for next week. And assistant coach Jason Vito is back out at third base coaching for the Rocks. Coach Vito actually had to hustle to a 6th grade graduation. He's also doubling as a teacher in the Moline School District. This one is going to roll nearly fair. It hit off the lip of the grass, just nubbed by Norris. Rolled down that first baseline, and if it rolls back fair, that is a live baseball. Rocky leads 2-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Zach Norris leads things off with a line drive down the 3rd baseline, but foul. 0-2 count to Norris. Zach Simpson is on deck. Brandon Martins really has pitched a gem. Gave up 2 singles to the Rocks back in the 2nd inning. Both to Tarnow and Loy. They both came around to score. One on a sac fly and one on a Garrett George double that was a fly ball lost in the lights. So other than that, Martins has just really looked solid. Norris has fought back and evened the count at 2. And that is a called strike 3. Zach Norris down looking. Not something you can get the senior to do very often. So Brandon Martins fooling him with a pitch there. And that is the first out here in the 3rd inning. Simpson stands in. Here's the pitch from Martins. And Simpson bunts this one, and as he was heading out of the box, it hit off of his body. If he's outside of the box, he could be called out, but the umpire saying it was indeed a foul ball. We mentioned earlier how Simpson would sometimes try and bunt for a hit, as we just saw lightning above us here at John O'Donnell. Here's the pitch from Martins, up over the head of Zach Simpson. Umpires not feeling that metal bat's necessarily a conductor in this situation. Keith Kennett standing right behind a metal tripod. I don't know if that constitutes either. Here's the pitch to Simpson. That is a ball outside. 2-1 count to the senior Zach Simpson. There is one away here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rock Island leading 2-1. The pitch from Martins. That down low, a ball. Kirk Rylander stands on deck. If the umpires call this game, it would not be a complete game, so all of the statistics would just go unnoticed as Martins loses Simpson to a walk. So he stands at first base for Kirk Rylander. One away. It's a decision now whether the Rocks feel they want that run out at first base. If they're going to give the bunt side to try and sacrifice him over. Simpson could steal a base himself if he wanted to, as a throw over there is late. So Martins is aware of Simpson's speed. Simpson takes a good lead. He's not moving. The pitch is up for a ball. 1-0 count to Rylander, one away. 3 hits apiece for both the Rocks and the Green Machine. Rylander takes ball 2. 2-0 count. If the Rocks were to run, this would be a pitch that they would run on here. Simpson is moving. Here's the pitch. Misses high. The throw down to second is not in time. Simpson a straight steal. So Rylander now a chance for an RBI with a base hit as the rain starts to come down a little bit harder now. It just stopped briefly, almost into a gentle mist, and now it's starting to pick up again. First pitch. Well, that pitch called a strike. I do believe it's 3-1. The scoreboard showing 3-0. Here is the pitch. And that is a ball nonetheless, so it doesn't matter. It's a walk. Rylander at first. Simpson at second, and Derek Getzel at the plate. Runners on first and second. Martin's in a little bit of trouble here with one away. Here's the pitch to Getzel. He pops this one up. Simpson will not try and tag, and coming over to make the catch easily is Gray. So that is out number one. Martins gets Getzel to fly out. That a big out as Getzel can swing the bat pretty well. Andrew Tarnow now at the plate. Martins is a batter away of getting out of another jam. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch to Tarnow. Taken high for a ball. Last time at the plate, Andrew Tarnow singled, wound up moving over from second on a pass ball, and then scored on a sacrifice fly by John Waggle. He takes a ball here. Rain starting to fall more and more. 1-1 count to Tarnow. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Bryant Loy on deck. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. And Tarnow flinched and takes strike three. So Tarnow goes down looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Brandon Martins. Sets down the Rocks without picking up a run after picking up 2 base runners. With only 1 away, the Rocks could bring neither of them around. So Martins continues to throw a good ball game for Geneseo. The Rocks still leading 2-1 here in the top of the 4th inning, and we are going to see another rain delay, I do believe, as the tarps are being pulled out and placed back on home plate and on the pitcher's mound. And this rain isn't falling quite as hard as it was, but I think this is more perhaps because of the lightning that they will delay this one. And we shall see if they pick it up once again. But right now we leave you in the top of the 4th inning. Rock Island leading over Geneseo 2-1. You're watching Green Machine Baseball on TV 50. Matt Vito back with you here at John O'Donnell Stadium. This game is going to be rained out and lightning out, whichever one you prefer. Both of them very prevalent, as you can see on our shot here. The rain really pouring down and lightning over our heads. So this game will not continue. It ends in the 3rd inning, but will not be a game by any means. This one just completely washed off as if it never happened. So the records will remain the same. Geneseo will stay at 15-14. They had an option to continue this game possibly tomorrow and play it suspended from the 3rd inning where the Rocks were leading 2-1. Both coaches have decided that they're not going to make up this game. They're not going to complete this game. Rock Island, as far as scheduling was concerned, needed to lose a game anyway on their schedule. This is going to be the one that they're just going to go ahead and wash out. So this will not go on their record, and they will not finish this game. But just before we wrap up, we can talk about some bright spots. Brandon Martin, unfortunate for him, this game is going to be washed off. He had a home run in the 2nd inning and really pitched a very good game. He gave up 2 runs in the 2nd inning, but a lot of that just happened the way it happened. There was a pass ball that allowed runners to move up, and then a sacrifice fly and a double given up to Garrett George that brought in those runs. But Martins was throwing very hard. He set down the Rocks 1, 2, 3 in the first inning and then set them down in 5 batters in the third, picking up 2 strikeouts, and the Rocks went down looking in those. So Martins will not get any decision on this one, though he pitched a nice game. For the Rocks, they did score 2 runs. Tarnow had a base hit, Loy had a base hit, and Waggle had a sacrifice fly and an RBI. George, of course, that double and an RBI, so those stats all lost here at JOD. But at least a good opportunity for the kids to get out onto the field, experience what it's like to play in a beautiful field like this in its first year. Unfortunately, Mother Nature not cooperating with us. So with that, we leave you here. Thanks a lot for tuning in to TV 50. I'm Matt Vito, and so long from a rainy and wet John O'Donnell Stadium.